On today's episode of Locked On NHL, I regret to inform you the Vegas Golden Knights are back on their bull.
You're Locked On NHL, your daily podcast on the National Hockey League. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the Locked On NHL podcast, your daily podcast on the National Hockey League. We are your team each and every day, and we thank you for making Locked On NHL your first listen each and every day as well. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms so you don't miss out on any new episodes throughout the week. On today's episode of Locked On NHL, a busy pre-free agency day. A lot of retention moves, a couple of big sign and trades, and some contracts that absolutely make no sense whatsoever. We'll recap all of it for you and get you set for what should be a busy free agency day coming up throughout the rest of the day as well. My name is Seth Toupal, host of Locked On Wild, joined by JD Young of Locked On Sharks. And JD, the A topic, the appetizer, the big one, the big bite. They did it again. We can't keep letting them get away with it. The Vegas Golden Knights have landed Mitch Marner in a sign and trade, 8 years, $96 million. They get their top-end guy, and it turns out it hardly cost them anything from a roster perspective. There was one player that they lose in the deal.
Yep. And
there was a retirement due to injury by Mr.
Wink.
Yeah, no. Mr. Alex Pietrangelo. I'm floored by this. I feel as though the league has been betrayed by the Toronto Maple Leafs for helping and making this happen. Vegas Golden Knights, hand them the Stanley Cup right now and just cancel the season.
Well, I maybe not there yet because I think the team in South Florida might have a word to say on that here. We'll get to them in a little bit, but yeah, Vegas, they keep doing this again, right? To I guess we'll start with the Marner part of this because it's we know that they've been sniffing around Marner for it sounds like for up to a year now. If you listen to 32 Thoughts, where they've been trying to trade for Marner, and they've been sniffing around Marner, and they've been trying, and they just somehow they've keep continuing to get this done. And for, I guess for Toronto, right, the thing is, like, at least you're getting like a useful player back here in Wah, who will help them out here. And for Vegas, like you kind of felt this was coming going back to Sunday night, where they trade Nicholas Hague to the Nashville Predators. They get back some kind of bottom six type of, kind of some low end pieces here. They make Nashville retain on one of the salaries. We'll get to Nashville much later in whatever they're doing. But yeah, man, like Vegas, they just go out where they're just like, we're going to just get the best player. We don't care. We'll make it work. And they continually make it work. And now you have Eichel, who's going into a contract year. I assume they're going to be re-signing him to a massive deal on July 1st, just to kind of put away any sort of, you have Stone, who, when healthy, very good. And then you have Marner coming here, and it'll be weird. It'll be interesting to see how Marner plays in Vegas and maybe not having to deal with the pressure of Toronto and kind of a much more laid back place in Vegas with the Vegas media and stuff like that. But yeah, man, this Western Conference is going to continues to be a murderer's row of just insane teams. And yeah, Vegas decided, let's go get the best free agent has hit this been available since John Tavares, maybe. Yeah.
My favorite part about this is all of the rumblings that we heard about what the Golden Knights are going to have to do to clear cap space. Like Tomas Hertl was on the block for like 10 minutes.
William Karlsson on the block for 10 minutes. Like he's been rumblings that he might be potentially available. And instead They just old yeller Alex Pietrangelo. Take him out back and put him down.
And the other thing too is, so you look at this roster. I'm looking at Puckpedia right now with Marner not yet in the fold, because obviously
the trade as we're recording this Monday night, the trade has not officially gone through, but it's like, yeah.
I mean, they've got 12 forwards on the roster right now. And when you can sign guys like Riley Smith, Brandon Saad, Pavel Dorofeev to $2 million or less contracts, like, it just that is why Vegas is in the position they are, is because they've created, much like Florida, they have created a place that veteran guys want to go because they know they're going to have a good chance to compete for a cup.
Yeah. I mean, we see it now all sport. It's just, if your team's good, players are going to want to gravitate to come play for your team. I mean, Edmonton, the same thing, right? They got, Jeff Skinner. I know Skinner didn't really work out this year, but like on a $3 million deal. Corey Perry was making like $1 million the past couple seasons, and he was a very effective veteran. Like, you see it all the time. Eventually, hopefully, one of our teams will be in a position to where they can attract, very good players to come in at below market value to come play with them. But, I mean, it's like, if I was a Vegas fan, I would because this team has shown how they don't care. They will be ruthless in the pursuit of winning. And that's how all GMs should be, right? And it's so frustrating that it's all anytime there's any sort of big name, it's like, how's Vegas? They're still potentially in on Rasmus Anderson. Why are we going to keep letting Vegas do this, guys? If they call, just hang up the phone. Don't pick it up. Just don't pick up the phone if Vegas is calling you.
Do you want to hear the proposed top six, or are we going to go down a dark path?
Let's do it.
So Daily Faceoff has this penciled in as the top six: Ivan Barbashev, Jack Eichel, Mark Stone, Pavel Dorofeev, Tomas Hertl, and Mitch Marner. And here's the thing. Here's why I think this is not going to go the same route that Nashville did.
Mm-hmm.
You are adding Marner to an already established group.
A team that went to the second round. A team that has been to the playoffs 2 years ago, won the Stanley Cup. This is it's not like some, up and coming team. This is a good team that just added 100-point player to their roster.
It's not like what the Predators did, where you're bringing in completely different parts from different vehicles and trying to build your own car. And it turns out these bolts don't fit together. Whoops.
This car does not work, baby.
I was not aware that this required gasoline.
Metric. Get this metric crap out of here. Is there anything that you, at this point, you just, if Vegas wants to make something happen, they're just going to make something happen here? Is there anything that you hear? If they were we're going to trade for Connor McDavid this offseason or something, would you be surprised at this point? It's just, they just keep making it happen. And again, to Pietrangelo, though, you do feel I do for real, it sucks with the hip thing. As watching Logan Couture, right, who struggled with hip injuries, is not going to be able to play the rest of his good career. And it does, it legitimately injured and stuff like that. It's just always, why does this stuff keep working out for Vegas? And it just always has the Robin Lehner thing where it's just he can't play anymore. Mark Stone in his yearly LTIR trips beginning in January and stuff. But man, I hope Pietrangelo can find some health and live a normal, healthy life after this. But I mean, I get, is Vegas the favorite? Is Vegas, as of right now, before anything else has happened, is Vegas a favorite, or are you still picking a team in South Florida?
Favorite in the West.
The West.
Yeah, that's probably the way that gets phrased, is that they're the Western Conference representative favorite. But until somebody knocks off the defending champions, you got to keep going with them, and good luck doing that, because they said it couldn't be done. They said that it was not possible. And Bill Zito laughed in your face as he signed the checks. He laughed all the way to the bank as he signed the checks. Said, "Oh, you don't think I can keep all these guys? Joke's on you." So we'll talk about the continued heater that Bill Zito is on as GM of the Florida Panthers as they reload and gear up for another potential run at the Cup. That's on the way as we continue today's episode of Locked On NHL after this. Today's episode of Locked On NHL is brought to you by FanDuel. Summer sports are in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You're already in following the action. Why not make it a little more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get in on the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. Whether you're placing a same-game parlay or watching a bet right into the ninth inning, FanDuel makes it feel like you are part of the action. That's one of the best features of FanDuel is you can go with the anytime home run. You've got 9 innings to make it happen. Anytime home run. Pick your favorite slugger, Byron Buxton, or someone who hits substantially less home runs if you're feeling crazy. But just anytime home run. You've got 9 chances. Easy as that. And if you're new to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get things started. Welcome back to today's episode of Locked On NHL. Once again, we are your first listen each and every day. We are your team each and every day as well. Seth and JD shifting from the Western Conference favorite to the Eastern Conference favorite. Bill Zito just laughed it all the way to the bank. Oh, you don't think I can keep Sam Bennett? Done. Oh, you don't think I can keep Brad Marchand? Done. Aaron Ekblad? Done. Up and down the list. And this Florida Panthers team is every bit as potent, every bit as deadly as they were this past season. And honestly, Bill Zito did it rather easily.
Yeah, man. I guess let's start with the one I think I was the most surprised with, and that's the Aaron Ekblad one. Right? Because we kind of knew Sam Bennett was probably going to get done, right? And he gets done right before the draft at 8x8. Marchand felt borderline-ish, and they eventually get him done toward a hilarious contract. But the Ekblad one I thought was going to be – I didn't think that was going to get done, right? And especially when you look at free agency and you look at the amount of right-handed defensemen in particular that are in this free agent class, it's not great, Bob. It's not great. I think Brett Burns is probably the best one right now, and that man is he's a 40-year-old man right now, at least when it comes to point production of among available defensemen. But still, I thought Ekblad was gone, especially after the Seth Jones trade, right? The Panthers went out, they got Seth Jones. It felt like it was going to be the natural replacement for Ekblad. Let Ekblad walk. He's going to sign, for a bajillion years for way too much money with a team that wants to add a, legitimate right-hand defenseman. Ekblad, he chose happiness, man. Like that contract, that is a great, definitely too long, 8 years, but $6.1 million, like that is well below market value for Ekblad, who I thought was going to be pushing 8 or 9, and maybe 10, especially on the way he played in this playoffs by a very desperate team, or at least contract-wise, a desperate team. But that contract, Bill Zito, man, you are on a heater right now. So they're going to do some work here is to try to find some depth pieces. You could see maybe guys like Evan Rodriguez or Jesper Boquist being shipped out here to try to free up a little bit of cap space and maybe try to go a little bit cheaper there. But that Ekblad one, I was when I saw that come out, I was shocked at the hometown discount he took there. But the Marchand one, I know you had some thoughts on that.
So that honestly was just like, okay, now you're trolling us. Like now you're just rubbing it in. Like
that's like a Seth Curry from like 40 feet away. I'm feeling it. I'm gonna see if I can make this work, and he did.
Yeah.
So
that was Allen Iverson stepping over Tyronn Lue in the playoffs. Like, okay, you're
just
out of body experience. But listen to this. So your top 10 forwards all signed next season. Every single one of them. Four of your top 6 defensemen all signed for next year. Every single one of them.
You're talking about the 26-27 season?
Yeah, the 2026-2027 season. You got your top 10 forwards all locked in. You've got 4 of your 6 top defensemen all locked in for next year. The big question mark for next year, JD, is going to be the goaltending. 2026-2027, I should specify, because Sergei Bobrovsky is signed for this year at $10 million. You don't have another goalie. Vitek Vanacek is an unrestricted free agent. Now you've got Danil Tarasov, who is a restricted free agent this year.
They just traded for him, so they'll sign him to a cheap deal, whatever. So,
but honestly, that might be the tandem you bring back, because if you're Vitek Vanacek, do you want to try to find a spot to start? There aren't a ton of starting goalie spots available at this point.
I don't know. Everybody's looking for a backup right now, unless you're the Blues. Everybody's looking for a backup right now. So I'm sure Vitek Vanacek will find a spot, but
do you go back for a chance to win another cup?
That is fair. I don't know. I think Tarasov is going to be the backup because they went out of their way to trade for him. His dad, I guess, is like a huge Bobrovsky fan. Like I think he wanted to go there. So, but yeah, I mean, with the Panthers though, you do again, you're winning cups right now and you don't care. And this is, I guess, this is the team building part of me. Like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players who have no move clauses on this roster right now. For that, and again, banners fly forever. It doesn't matter if you won 2 cups in a row, you've been to 3 in a row, and if you even make it close to doing it again next year, you don't care about how the contracts age. But that's a lot of no movement right there, and so we'll see. But yeah.
And the other, the flip side of this too, is Bill Zito. This ride is not going to last forever. And so when it gets to the point that they start to kind of go back down the hill, so to speak, he's going to do right by these guys. And they the fact that they stayed is them doing good by him. And if it comes to the other side of it, then they know that he's going to do right by them and say, look, we're in a bad spot here. Do you want to wave and go somewhere? So he's positioned to perfectly have every opportunity to just keep this going as long as possible. It's not going to last forever, but I don't see any reason why it can't go another year.
Yeah, you don't care right now. And especially with the way the rest of the Eastern Conference is looking right now. It looks as long as basically just this team gets into the playoffs healthy, they have to be the favorites. And they could make some more moves, et cetera, this during the season. I know they have not much left when it comes to picks and everything like that. But congrats, man. Zito's killing it right now. He's killing it. So
he just continues to find the right buttons to push, and that's why he's one of the best GMs in the league. As far as the rest of the Eastern Conference goes, just quickly, I love how we've got kind of this impression that none of the teams other than Pittsburgh are out of it at this point.
Yeah.
Like everybody's in it, but by
Pittsburgh.
Thanksgiving, by Thanksgiving, there are going to be 10 or 12 teams that are out, because there are some teams that are
10 or 12. There's only 16.
20.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
We're going down to 4 seeds this year. The East is so bad.
We have cut the playoff teams by a third because 20 teams are under 500 right now. Outside,
that's fine. That's fine.
We're going to finish by taking a look at there have been just a wide range of deals that have happened. Trades for nothing, players signing for way more than they should have. It was a busy pre-free agency day to set up another busy day of free agency. So we'll recap the best, the worst, and whatever else happened on a busy Monday. That's coming up on today's episode of Locked On NHL right after this. Final segment of today's episode of Locked On NHL. Once again, we thank you for making Locked On NHL your first listen each and every day. We are your team each and every day as well. JD, we've had a lot of moves made. So why don't we start? Let's start with the good. We like to get off on the right foot here.
Mm-hmm.
Which was your favorite free agent signing or retention or contract signed? Which was your favorite so far?
I'm actually going to go with the Dante Fabbro signing by the Columbus Blue Jackets. I know a lot of fans, again, going back to that, everybody's looking for a right-handed defenseman. Fabbro, who they picked up off of waivers from the Nashville Predators last offseason, came in. He played with Werenski this year, had an excellent season. They didn't mess around. They gave him a new deal. And this contract, I think, is going to age beautifully. 4 years at $4.125 million deal. Like, I think Fabbro, if he got on the open market, could have gotten anywhere near 6, if not more, especially with how desperate teams are for right-handed defensemen. I think is a great job by the Blue Jackets here to lock up a guy that you basically found for free, fit in your system, and had a great season. And I think, again, is going to be, going to be well worth it.
I still, like, even though the contract itself is probably not going to age well, I'm going Brad Marchand. Like,
we know the last 3 years of that deal, he's never hit the ice.
He'll never be there at the end of that deal. Like, they'll just LTIR him for good. Because you think about how big of an impact he had in the postseason, and he had multiple series. I mean, the Toronto series, he basically won single-handedly with the help of Sam Bennett, but he was just a menace in that series against Toronto. He was a menace against Edmonton. He's like that player you get that takes you to a level that you didn't know you could get to. And there were like, oh, Toronto's going to take a run at him. Boston wants him back for some reason. Like, there were a lot of teams that were in on Marchand, and the fact that Florida was able to get him, like, I think that is just like the middle finger to the rest of the league move that they made. Like, this league runs through us, and we want to make sure that you know that.
I'm going to do something that might be illegal, and I'm going to talk positively about the Toronto Maple Leafs. I actually really like the Matthew Knies deal. 6 years at $7.75 million, so a little under. He's $46.5 million total for that. I think for a guy, especially with Marner going to Vegas, I think you're a guy who's going to see a big jump in potential production here now. There's going to be more opportunities for him, and you're paying him as he's starting to, again, he's only 22. Like, I like when teams sign their young players like that to long contracts because it usually works out for you in the long run. Like we saw the Sens do this. They were very aggressive with a lot of their contracts, and now a lot of those contracts are going to be starting to age very nicely, especially as the cap continues to rise here. I really like this deal. I know a lot of people were, circling him as a potential offer sheet type of player. I like Toronto just didn't mess around. They got this done, and I think that contract's going to work out really nicely for them.
Yeah, they can if they want a comparable. They can look at how the Matt Boldy deal has gone so far. The Wild signed him early to that 7x7, and they have not really looked back since. And
Nope.
Knies looks like somebody that's on a similar trajectory as like a really, really quick 30-goal-a-year scorer in his early 20s. And then you just look for those incremental increases beyond that. Yeah, that's a fantastic deal for the Maple Leafs. What in the sweet mercy are the Nashville Predators doing? Can we just try to peel that onion for a second?
Go ahead. What have the Predators been doing?
So they acquired Nick Hague.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Nick
Hague for Jeremy
player.
Lauzon and Colton Sissons.
Okay.
Depth move.
Yep.
But it's what they did after. It's what they did after.
They retained... was it Lauzon's contract? They retained half of his. This is a team that already has 2 of their retention slots filled up on ridiculous, like the Ekholm. Like I think they're retaining like some tiny portion of Ekholm's deal. And then I know they're retaining on like another one, and like those who live in glass houses with the Sharks in their retention. But still, they're retaining. Yeah, so you have Colton Sissons and Ekholm are both getting retained right now. It was the Sissons one that got retained. So, yeah, they retained $250,000 of the Ekholm deal. $250,000 a year on the Ekholm deal. Anyway, then what did they do? What did they do with the Hague contract?
They signed him for four years at $5.5 million. Not total, per. Not total, per.
It's not good, man. After you gave Brady Shea a massive deal last year for agency, that looking horrible.
And some of the comments that Barry Trotz has made this offseason, like, we're gonna give it another run this year, and if it doesn't work, we might have to make some moves. And it's like, I don't know if anybody's gonna want what you're selling.
Yeah, don't like that. Do not like that, and especially after seeing the Fabbro deal too. Like literally a couple hours before, it's like, yeah, don't like that. All right, the Blue Jackets, winners of both, I think, the best contract and then also the worst contract. Ivan Provorov getting 7 years at $8.5 million, just a hair under $60 million total. That feels like a lot of money for a long time for Ivan Provorov, personally. Yeah. Again, like, I know a lot of people did not like this contract. I think it's a massive overpay. But yeah, that one has a feeling of a contract that he does not live to see the end of that contract, would be my guess.
No, like
like he actually dies, but he's not with the team. Sorry, let me clarify that. Yes, yeah.
I always love with contracts like this, just out of curiosity, to just check what that buyout looks like. If you were to if you were to immediately go down that road, and
I think I let's see, because that contract is set to expire in 2032, which is not a real year. Do we get halfway through? You think that 29-30 season? I think is the one you're kind of circling there on potential on that one.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I think that's age 35, somewhere around there is probably where you're probably looking at getting out of that thing. So well, I guess not. He's 28 right now, but still. Yeah, that one I have a feeling is not going to work out super well for Columbus. So, especially when you have to give Adam Fantilli all the money here really soon, because Adam Fantilli deserves all the money here soon. So, which other one? Any other ones stick out to you?
Yeah, can we talk about the Vlad Tarasenko thing for a second?
Sure.
My initial reaction is the guy that covers the team that did it is the Larry David gif. Like it's probably it's a pretty low risk move. I mean, they didn't have to give anything up to get him. They just had to take all the salary on. It's not like he's signed past this year, but he had not even landed. And we already were hearing reports that he has definitely lost at least a step. Thankfully, he still has the other one. But this, like, it just...
They've installed an escalator into whatever the name of your,
They just put a walking track on the outside of the ice.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not earth shattering.
I think they know they're not getting like a Besser or an Ehlers or something like that, and they probably pivoted. Like at least we got something here, Tarasenko, something. And again, it didn't cost you anything. I do like Detroit's strategy just to amass as many future considerations as possible.
Yeah,
get the market cornered on that.
And the flip side that I tell people is like Detroit was willing to give him away for a reason.
Yes, it's not like
so.
Yeah. I mean, we said the same thing with Jake Wallman last year, and look at Jake Wallman had a really nice season.
Yeah.
Maybe
some teams just do dumb things for a reason, or for no reason at all.
I don't know about you, but I cannot wait for the Cam Fowler extension. Definitely, emergency episode from us two coming as soon as that drops.
Oh, absolutely! Like, not only am I on goalie watch, but I'm also on Cam Fowler watch as well. So.
Cam Fowler watch, cannot wait for that one.
The long national nightmare is Hofer. Joel Hofer. Locked on Blues. You got him. We're keeping track. Don't worry. Yeah, that's what we got for you here for today. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure to stay with Locked on NHL all week long because free agency's here. And if yesterday was any indication, it's going to be crazy.
That Pew Suter contract is going to be, it's like Pew Suter and Mikael Granlund, like the two top free agents. Mikael Granlund is actually the top free agent by points available right now. They
are Will Smith in the living room right now, just
standing around. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, Mikael Granlund, the current top available free agent, but if you sort by points from last season.
Cannot wait to see who signs him to an 8x12.
Come on, one line. Let's bring it, baby.
Oh, yikes. Well,
one line 2.0.
Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any new episodes throughout the week. We got you covered every single day here on Locked On NHL. We are your team each and every day, part of the Locked On Podcast Network.